As discussed earlier, we will be building a working application throughout this course. As such, we will be using a large number of technologies, of which the mean technologies are only a part. Because we are using so many technologies, and because we want to get into the meat of using them together quickly, we will have quite a few prerequisites for this course. None of these are absolute requirements by any means, but you will likely get more out of this, or at least you will avoid any feelings of being lost, if you at least have a basic familiarity with the following technologies. First off, we will be using Angular, but we won't cover the basics of it. Pluralsight's course on Angular fundamentals, authored by myself and Jim Cooper, is a perfect introduction to the basics of Angular. If you aren't familiar with Angular, that's the best place to start. You may be able to get through this course without any prior Angular knowledge, but you will get much more out of it if you at least know the basics of Angular. The next prerequisite is Node. The first thing you will need to get anywhere with this course is to have Node installed. We won't cover that topic at all. Pluralsight has a great course on Node fundamentals that talks about installing Node, so viewing that course will give you all you need to know to get up and running with it. You don't by any means need to be a Node expert, and if you simply know JavaScript and have Node installed, you can still get through this course. But understanding the common JS pattern of requiring dependencies with Node will be helpful, as will understanding the basic error handling pattern in Node. These are all topics that won't be covered in this course. The next main prerequisite is MongoDB. Like Node, you will have to have it installed and running in order to get anywhere with this course, and we won't cover that topic at all. Other than that, you don't really need much MongoDB knowledge, since our interactions with it will be pretty basic, and everything we do will be explained, but the more knowledge you have, the better. The final technology in our main stack is Express, and just like the other three, we won't spend much time explaining all the basics of Express, but of all the prerequisites mentioned so far, this one will be the least important. You can easily follow along and pick up Express through this course. It will still benefit you to watch Pluralsight's course on Express, but you will be okay if you haven't done any Express before. One obvious prerequisite to the course is JavaScript itself. If you are one of the 4 developers on the planet who has never done any JavaScript, then I highly recommend you watch Pluralsight's course on JavaScript fundamentals. If you have even a passing familiarity with JavaScript, you will be just fine for this course. Nothing we do will really test your JavaScript chops. In one of the modules, we will be using Karma to test our client-side code. I won't be showing you how to install Karma, which can sometimes be a bit tricky, so if you are completely new to Karma, it might be in your best interest to watch the relevant parts of my course on testing client-side JavaScript. In the module on testing utilities, there is a clip all about Karma, how to install and use it. Be sure to watch that if you have any issues with Karma. Since Karma is only used in one module, and if you think that testing is a waste of time, no matter how much I may personally despise that attitude, you can safely skip it and not worry at all about Karma. Related to Karma, in the module on client-side testing, we will be using Mocha. If you don't know anything about Mocha, you can probably pick up enough to follow along in this course. But if you want to do your own testing, you will definitely want to learn more about Mocha. My course on testing client-side JavaScript has an entire module on Mocha, so see that for more information. The next technology we will use is Stylus. Stylus is a CSS preprocessor. Nothing that we will do with Stylus is complex, so even a passing knowledge of it will do. You can really just follow along if you have never used Stylus and be just fine. But if CSS preprocessors are completely unfamiliar to you, then you may want to learn a bit more about Stylus. Naturally, you will also want to understand the basics of CSS. We will be using Jade in this course for our HTML templates. Jade is pretty straightforward, and I do explain it, and I don't really use much in the way of advanced features of Jade during this course, but if you want to know more about it, then Pluralsight's course on Express has a bit more information on Jade. Although this is by no means a prerequisite, using a Node version manager is a great idea. Oftentimes, different modules don't work with specific versions of Node, so being able to switch to a specific version can be a big benefit. You may want to use the same version of Node that I use in this course to make sure that everything works as you follow along. Uninstalling whatever version of Node you're running and installing a new version just isn't practical to do for something like that. Thankfully, there are great options out there to let you quickly switch between versions of Node. For Windows, a product named Nodist will take care of you. I use that one personally, and it works fantastically. On OS X and Linux, either N or NVM are wonderful. I have personally used them both, and both of them work just great and let you easily and quickly switch versions of Node, so it may be worth your while to investigate and install one of these products. Lastly, I will be using Git in this course. Like Karma, the only reason that it's a prerequisite is because we use it in one of the modules. In this case, Git is required to deploy to Heroku. So if you don't care to deploy to Heroku, then you can safely skip Git. But if you aren't familiar with Git, then it would really benefit you to take the time to learn it. I won't be doing anything remotely complicated with it, so even the barest passing knowledge of it will be sufficient, but I also won't cover how to install it, so if you need to install Git, Pluralsight has a course on Git that you can check out.